All right, moving right along. Babylon B, famous satire site that runs, fake articles designed to make you laugh, gave Man of the Year award to our trans health specialist. I forget her exact title, his exact title. However you want to you play it, because I'm not gonna cater to either side here on that one. I mean it is what it is. Trans people are not going to be going away, even if they're only 4% of the population, and we're going to have to come to some type of an agreement and move forward, or we're going to murder each other. And it's just that it is what it is. But Rachel Levine, they gave her the Man of the Year award in this fake article on a tweet or whatever, and Twitter suspended them, said they had to take it down or whatever. And it's not even hate speech; it's comedy. You can't even like make jokes anymore. Like, what happened to like jokes being funny and fine? But let's just get right into this article. Fox News. Babylon B CEO won't help Twitter eradicate objective truth by deleting satirical Rachel Levine message. They're making judgment calls based on your motives and who you're talking about, Seth Dillon told Fox News Digital.
Winning? No.
Babylon B CEO Seth Dillon has no plans to delete this tweet that caused Twitter to lock its account because he says it won't help the social media platform eradicate objective truth if Americans played by the tech giants' one-sided rules. That's what I'm talking about, guy. That's like, it's a satirical site. You flagged it and you told them that you would unflag their account if they took it down, even though people can still look at it and retweet it or whatnot. You know you can't really delete it yourself because it doesn't actually violate your rules, and you're trying to force them to take it down, because if you force them to take it down, then there's nothing illegal about it. But no, Babylon B's taking a stance, and that's how fucking winning is done. This is how fucking winning is done. It doesn't matter if you like this Seth Dillon guy's beliefs or not. If you believe in freedom and you believe in objective reality and truth, this is how winning is done. We don't have any intentions of deleting the tweet, Dillon told Fox News Digital. Dillon was notified on Sunday night that the Babylon Bee was locked out of its Twitter account, which has 1.3 million followers, after it accused the satirical site of violating its rules against hateful conduct over a joke, naming Biden administration's official Dr. Levine the satire site Man of the Year for 2022. Levine, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of Health, is a transgender woman. We were doing a satirical take on USA Today recently naming Rachel Levine, a transgender individual, as one of their picks for Women of the Year, so we did a satirical take on this, and we named Rachel Levine as our Man of the Year. Dillon said Twitter didn't like that very much. It's satire. Comedy. Nobody is safe in comedy. Everybody can be ragged on in comedy. Everybody. Me, you, him, her, them, their, z's, ers, ow. It doesn't fucking matter. You want equality, that is equality. Some people are going to talk shit. Ignore them.
That's how winning is done.
Live your life. And if they're talking shit about you, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's how winning is done. Is suspending the Bees account. Twitter cried its rules against hateful conduct, which state you may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. A Twitter spokesperson told Fox News Digital that the account owner is required to delete the violative tweet before gaining access to their account. The tweet in question consists of a graphic with a picture of Levine and the text, "The Babylon Bee Man of the Year," along with the Babylon Bee headline, "Babylon Bee's Man of the Year is Rachel Levine." I mean, that's just funny. While Dillon has no plans to delete the tweet, he said there are other possible paths that could get its account up and running, including an appeal. They may yet reach out to us because this is starting to generate a little bit of media attention, Dillon said Monday. We were trending on Twitter all morning. Good, good. Dillon said it's pretty obvious that the Bee is a satirical site, but big tech companies such as Facebook and Twitter have created policies to police publications and websites that go after the wrong targets. The initial attacks that we faced from the media and big tech came from the angle that we're spreading misinformation and we need to be fact-checked. And it was really weird how they were treating these jokes so serious and giving them a truth rating. Dillon said they didn't really work out too well for them. They actually faced a lot of backlash for that. They were mocked very heavily, so there seems to be this shift in strategy where now instead of focusing on the misinformation narrative nature of our satirical claims, they're focusing more on the fact that we're punching down without jokes or aiming at the wrong targets. They're making judgment calls based on your motives and who you're joking about, whether or not your jokes really count as jokes or if they count as hate speech, Dylan said. That's the tricky area that they're landing in, doing comedy as conservatives whose views simply differ from the popular narrative. Yeah, they should not have a right to tell people what jokes that can and can't be said. Dylan said the Babylon Bee's comic style might not align with coastal elite media members and big tech executives, but he feels the average American is on the same page as the Bee. We don't concede for a moment that we are speaking hate speech here, he said. We're punching back, not down. We're poking holes in the popular narrative. He doesn't think the liberal site would have been published by Twitter for sharing a similar joke about transgender conservatives such as Caitlyn Jenner. These rules have always been enforced arbitrarily and inconsistently, Dylan said. They don't tend to enforce them in the same for the characteristic of the left. Dylan cited death threats against former President Trump as widespread examples of messages that are actual hate speech but don't result in Twitter's accounts being locked. They would say horrible things about him and remain on the platform and never got dinged for anything. It just simply doesn't work the same way in the other direction. Conservatives don't have the same freedom to speak that way. Not that they should, but they can't because the rules aren't applied fairly, Dylan said. Yeah, that's true. You can keep Twitter especially, it's a fucking rotten cesspool of filth and misery, but they've been called out multiple times for one-sided rules with like example after example after example after example. They banned us, and all we do is share the truth, and everything they banned us for has been proven right. Like, we've been right this entire fucking time. But it is what it is. We're going to keep on trucking, keep on moving forward, because that's how winning is done. And they're not going to shut me the fuck up. The easiest way to shut me the fuck up was not shutting people the fuck up. I would have gotten a normal job, and I would have, just went on with my life. But the fact that you were making people shut the fuck up made me have to fucking keep fucking speaking. And here we are. I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily, and we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.